be doing my March favorites for you, so I'm going to be sharing some hair care, skincare, and makeup items that I've been really loving, as well as some entertainment things that I've just really enjoyed that I want to share with you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my makeup items first. This month I put myself on a makeup no-buy because I've been working on the Project Pan. I have 11 items that I want to use up before I buy anything else because I don't really need any more makeup right now. So most of the stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you is stuff that I've had in my collection for a while and that I used for a while and then put away and now I've come back to and have been really loving. The first makeup item that I've been loving is one that is the only new one that I've had in my collection this month. This is the Maybelline The Rocket Volume Express mascara, and this one is waterproof. I really like this one because it keeps my lashes curled all day. It doesn't let them go flat like a lot of my other mascaras. And this is my first ever waterproof mascara, which might be why it does such a nice job. But I did see a lot of people recommend this, and they said that it did a really nice job of curling their lashes, so I thought I would give it a try, and it is fantastic. It does a nice job of making my lashes look nice and defined and curled without being too over the top, so it's a pretty good everyday mascara, and it layers pretty nicely as well. The next item that I have is one of my Project Pan items that I've been using pretty much every day since I started that project, and this is the Maybelline Dream Mousse Blush in Peach Satin. And this one has a pretty good dent in it now that I've been using it for quite a while. But this one is just a really nice natural flush to the cheeks. I like layering it underneath other pretty peachy, orangey toned blushes, and it makes a really nice glow on the cheeks. This one I think has been discontinued, and I'm not sure that you can still get it, but just in case you can't, I have a similar alternative, which is the L'Oreal Paris. It's the cream moussey blush, and this one I have is in Cherub, so when I run out of this one, I think I'll use this one up for a while, and I have some out of this one too. This one is a pretty similar consistency. I think the Maybelline one is just a little bit more moussey and this one is a little less kind of airy, but they work very, very similarly. So if you are interested in this one and you can't get it anymore, I would definitely check out the L'Oreal version of it, and I know they come in a couple different colors. Another Project Pan item that I have is an eyeliner, and this is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, and this one is a double-ended one that I got in a set, and on one side it is Empire and the other side is Oozy. I've been using both sides, but the side that I've really been liking recently is Oozy. I forgot how much I liked it until I started wearing it again more frequently, and it just does a nice job of defining without looking super over the top and too dramatic, and so I have it on my eyes today, and I've been wearing it with like more natural looks, so kind of matte shadows and, you know, basic neutral colors, and it looks really nice. I still don't think they stay as well on the lower lash line as a lot of other ones that I have, but it does look really nice and it defines without being too over the top. So I've been really loving the Oozy side of the Urban Decay one, and I am almost tempted to buy this one again when I run out of it, even though I don't like it as much as the NYX ones. I might look and see if the NYX ones have a similar color, but this one is really, really nice. The next makeup item that I have is not one that's part of my Project Pan, but it is one that I found in my collection that I used at the beginning of the summer last year, and then I put it away and I haven't touched for quite a while. This is the Maybelline Dream Sun Bronzing Powder Matte, and mine's in 130 Matte Medium. And this came out with last summer's collection. I don't know if it's still available, but I had to include it because I've been using it almost every day, and I really, really like it. This one is basically just like a mostly matte bronzer. It's got a little bit of a sheen. It says it's matte, but there is a little bit of a sheen to it. But it is a little bit warmer than my Hoola bronzer, which I didn't feel like was doing enough for me anymore. So this one just warms up my face really nicely without being super over the top or anything like that. And it works well for contouring and warming up the face both. It's not anything that you can't contour with. So I really like this one. If it comes out again, I would definitely recommend looking at these. If not, you might be able to find them at somewhere like a Big Lots or something like that, but it is a really nice bronzer, and I know it was fairly inexpensive. And I definitely like it more than my Hoola bronzer. My last makeup item that I have is my Lorac Pro Palette, and I've had this for a while, and I feel like I don't give it nearly as much love as I probably should. So this one is one that, if you haven't seen it before, it's got all mattes on the top row, it's got all shimmers on the bottom row, and it's got kind of a wide range, so it goes from really light colors to kind of dark colors. And a lot of people recommend this one over the Naked palette, actually, and I had never been one of those people, and I started really getting into the matte colors this past month. I also really like the Nude and Champagne that are right here. Those look really nice all over the lid for just kind of a glowy look. But what I've been wearing recently that I've really been liking is cream all over the lid on top of my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and then highlighting with white here, and then I use my Naked Basics palette to kind of fill in my crease and outer corner colors. But This has some really pretty colors. I've also been really loving the mauve color here in the crease, which is really nice. And then Sable is one that I usually use as my outer corner color. But there's some really beautiful colors in here. This is definitely one I need to explore more and play with a little bit more. If you're interested in me doing like a get ready with me using this palette and using different types of colors with it, let me know. I know a lot of people have this palette and maybe they don't give it as much love as they probably should. So if you're interested in that, I would totally be into playing with it a little bit more and letting you guys know some of the things that I really like with it. Next up, I'm going to do a little bit of talking about skincare. I have one new item and one is an old favorite that I have used up a long time ago. In my Sephora skincare kit that I got in You Watched My spring haul, I got the GlamGlow SuperMud Clearing Treatment. This is just a little tiny sample of it. I had the full size of this before, but it's just so expensive that I didn't want to repurchase it after I had used it all up. But this just reminded me how much I loved it. It does a really nice job of clearing up my skin and kind of extracting any dirt and oils and things like that. It comes out dark, and then if you leave it on for a while, there are certain patches where you can totally tell, like especially on my nose, that it's pulling out oils and dirts and things like that. And I like to use my Biore pore strips right after I use this to get the maximum amount of dirt off of my face. But this is just so nice. I'm probably going to repurchase it, and I don't really want to because it's so expensive, but it works so well. My other facial skincare product that I have that is kind of oily and a mess is my Garnier Clean Plus Nourishing Cleansing Oil. And I've never had a face cleansing oil that I've used before, so this was something new to me and I really wanted to try out a drugstore version of it. But this works so well. I usually use makeup wipes to take off my makeup at night, and I started using just this because it does such a nice job of taking off even my waterproof mascara, all of my eye makeup, and then I just wash my face with my Clarisonic afterwards to get everything off. But it takes about 2 pumps of this and it gets everything off, whereas with makeup removing wipes I usually have to take off most of my makeup with the remover wipe, and then I have to go in with a separate makeup remover and get off my eye makeup, and it's kind of a hassle, and this just makes it a lot easier and quicker. So I have one skincare product for my body, which is the Dove Winter Care Body Wash. This stuff is so good. It is fairly cheap. I know that it's like seasonal and it's getting into spring, so it might not be there anymore, but I got this back in December originally, and then I used up my first one. I bought a 3-pack and I shared one with my sister, and I've gone through another full one since then. These are so awesome because they just do a nice job of moisturizing my skin. When I get out of the shower, I don't always have to use lotion everywhere. I sometimes even just like feel my skin. I'm like, oh, it's so soft. It's totally because of this. It just does a nice job of hydrating, especially because I moved from a place where my water was a lot softer to a place where it's really, really hard and my skin dried out and it was a hard adjustment. So with that plus the winter, this does a nice job of making sure my skin is moisturized when it might have been really, really terrible and dry if I hadn't gotten something like this. The last beauty item that I have is one that I picked up when Ulta had, I think, a 20% off coupon, and I picked up the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day 5-in-1 Styling Treatment. I've heard a lot about the Living Proof stuff, and I've never really tried too much from it, but they had used this in my hair when I got my hair cut, and it smelled really good and made my hair feel really nice, so I decided I would try it out. This stuff makes my hair so soft. So when I get done washing my hair, I put this in when my hair is still wet, and then usually I just let it air dry. I'll either put it in a braid or I'll let it air dry and then do like my, curling or straightening or whatever to it. And I always feel my hair and I'm super impressed with how soft it feels and silky. It doesn't feel nearly as nice when I don't use this, so I've gotten into using this a lot more. I'd kind of been using it off and on, but I realized just how soft my hair was whenever I did use it, so I'm getting into it a lot more, and I really, really like it. It smells good and it feels nice in the hair. For this month, I had a couple of entertainment favorites that I wanted to share with you that I've really been enjoying. The first one is actually a movie based on a TV series. When I was in high school, the Veronica Mars series was on, I think, UPN and then CW, and it ended up getting canceled after its 3rd season. It had a huge cult following, but it didn't have enough new viewers to be able to keep it on the air. And I was so disappointed in the 3rd season. It just wasn't as good as the other 2 seasons because they were trying so hard to save the series. They ended up starting a Kickstarter campaign. I think it was either in the fall or the very early, I think it might have been the fall or the summer. And they raised money so that they could make a movie to end with some more closure than they did for the series. And I was so excited to see it. They finally brought it to theaters and digital download during March. And it was a fantastic movie. It had a lot of the same elements that the series did when it was at its best. And it wrapped it up really nicely so that I felt like there was actually more closure to the series. I didn't feel like the seasons ended up well enough that I felt like there was a good ending to it. So I thought that the movie was fantastic, and I was really glad to see that they finally brought a little bit more closure to the series. I have one TV favorite as well that I've been kind of obsessed with, and I've watched the entire series in the last couple months. So recently, in boredom, I started watching Hart of Dixie because it was on Netflix, and I watched the first 2 series of Hart of Dixie within probably about a month, and then I caught up to where they are in season 3 right now this past month. I think I did most of it over spring break. It is such a good show. It's really kind of cheesy, and sometimes I don't entirely like the main character, but I really like the actors in it. I really like Rachel Bilson, and it's just such a cute show. And one of my favorite things about the show is that they pick music so well. I actually created a Hart of Dixie playlist on my Spotify and went through and found all the songs that have been in this show so far. And there's one song that I've been obsessed with that made it onto my recent favorites playlist. That is the song Carousel by Minor. So I will link that song in the down bar so you can go take a listen. It's more of a country song, but it's just so catchy, and I feel like it's so upbeat that I just really enjoy it. I have 2 other song favorites as well that go along in the song direction that have been on my recent favorites playlist on Spotify. One is All of Me by John Legend, which is just such a cute love song. It just makes me so happy when I listen to it. It's just very romantic and cute. And then my other one is the Pentatonix version of Say Something, because it's just a little bit of a difference. It's a twist on it, but it's so beautiful and it catches my heart every time, and I love it more than the original version. I will link those in the down bar just so you can find those and listen to those easily. And I will also leave all my other favorite products in the down bar, as well as the things that I'm wearing today. That is it for my March favorites. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any favorites you'd like to share with me, whether it's beauty related or if it's anything entertainment wise like movies, books, music, anything like that, please leave those in the comments in the down bar. I would love to see what you've been enjoying, and I love recommendations for anything for entertainment wise. I have been looking for another good book. There's a couple that I'm in the middle of that I'm not super into, so I'd be happy to see anything like that. I'm always up for another TV show that I could watch. I've made my way through Hart of Dixie now, so I'm open for a new series to get caught up on. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!